You're back for more of Perry Mason here on BuzzChomp, and I'm reacting to episode 6. Oh my goodness, Trial by Fire. I'm Dan Salem, and this episode, trial and error, trial by fire, all of the above.
I'm Mandi.
I'm Dan.
Subscribe to
BuzzChomp.
Woo!
This first season of Perry Mason, basically written as a miniseries. Thank you, HBO, for renewing it for a season 2. It's going to kind of twist and turn after this first one, because it definitely was written as a standalone miniseries. The whole arc of him becoming a lawyer, and now in this episode, getting ripped to shreds in the courtroom. First time there. But thank you HBO, for renewing it. I didn't know if it was going to come, and then boom, you dropped it. I'd also like to thank you, HBO, for sending me, a big Perry Mason fan, giant gift bags from Mason Farms. Thank you, Perry Mason. All these awesome companies sent products. I got an awesome hat. They even included a little homage to the show, the LA Examiner, and this is what's going on. And there's Perry Mason and his case. Private investigator opens up the Angel's Flight case. First, episode 6. Trial by fire, trial and error. Mr. Mason finds himself in the courtroom, Mason Esquire, and he's attempting to get Emily off on these bogus kidnapping conspiracy charges. Now, murder of her own child charges, because the DA is just getting witnesses to lie, fabricating evidence, withholding evidence. The judge is in on it. Everybody's getting paid off. I don't quite see why the DA wants to slam the book on Emily so hard, right? What does he have to gain? He wants to solve this case, right? He wants someone to go to jail for the murder of this child. But the mother? That's just absurd. They got a person to come into the courtroom and lie, the woman at the jail, and lie and say that Emily said, I killed my baby, I tied the eyes shut, I was complicit in the murder. It's all BS. They're just lying under oath. Lie. Perry Mason even got so far as to get the dentures as admitted as evidence, and then they dismissed them. The judge is in on it, the DA's in on it, all the cops are in on it, except for Holcomb now, who's kind of showing his inner goodness because he introduced Ennis to all these evil deeds, dirty cop ways, right? But then he had a line, and Ennis has obviously crossed the line. Ennis admitted to being hired to do a job. Now, we knew this. It seems pretty obvious that the church hired Ennis. It seems pretty obvious that it's probably Baggerly, Matthew's dad, the rich man behind the church money. Because the church has been stealing from itself, a la the previews, a la this episode, for years. And if you're stealing from yourself, where's that money going? Well, you can tax write off the loss. You can also keep the money because you stole it from yourself. So if you steal it from yourself, you double up and get it twice because you get the loss and the net gain from the stolen property. Then they wanted to build this town for the church. It's all this fishy weirdness. Well, Perry and his team are unraveling the truth. We won't get it till the final episode. There are 2 left. We see the pieces coming together of how he's going to save Emily, how he's going to avenge this baby's death. Easter Sunday is almost upon us. Emily thinks her baby's coming back to life. The leader of the church, the preacher, she feels like it's her church, yet they have been deceiving her at every turn. They have been stealing from her congregation, lying, set up Ennis to help get rid of Emily's lover, and then ultimately end up killing her child and the grandchild. It's just a mess. It's such a mess. It all went downhill fast, and everyone's trying to cover everyone's bases. Everyone's trying to pay everyone off. And this is what you hear about Los Angeles from this time period. It's also what you hear about Los Angeles today. You don't get a permit to do a new building project in LA without greasing the wheels. That's the city. It was a bunch of people that moved out west from the East Coast and just did what they had to do to make happen what they wanted to make happen. So in 1930s here, it's a mess. Everyone's paying everybody. And for whatever reason, the LA District Attorney is truly the mastermind of all of these payoffs. I have a feeling that he is getting paid by the church. So the church may have hired Ennis to do a job. Or perhaps the church hired the district attorney to hire Ennis, so that there's layers of protection. But Mr. Baggerly is totally screwed up. His stepson, or half-son, no, that's his real son, bastard son, is not really helping. Making himself look guilty, making the family look guilty, making the church look guilty. Whereas Emily, there's no proof that she did anything, except for the lies in the courtroom. Well, it's trial by fire for Mr. Mason. They're just screwing him. Admitting evidence that he was never given, admitting witnesses that he was never given, taking witnesses away. I think he's going to get to call his own witnesses in the next episode. It's like all the prosecution and then all the defense. That's where the tide should turn for him. He can call Emily. He can call Ennis, I assume. He can call some people to the stand that the prosecution doesn't expect. The only way you can beat a cheat is to cheat. Because if you're going to try to play fair and the other person's cheating, you're probably going to lose. It's true of sports. It's true of life. It's true of Mr. Mason's case here. Which is why, he's stealing things to get evidence. Because otherwise he wouldn't have anything. I said this before, I don't think it's going to be a real resurrection, more of an esoteric, metaphorical one. Obviously, Perry is going to get her off. This is a complete package origin story. It was a standalone miniseries. It was written as such. So Perry, being known for always saving the little guy, no one will defend them, no one can figure out how to save them, he does it. Well, of course Perry's going to save Emily. Of course Perry's going to figure out who actually was the mastermind behind the kidnapping gone wrong / murder of dead baby. He's going to do it. That's what Perry Mason's known for down the road when he's famous. So this origin story, complete package miniseries, he has to do it. He's going to do it. 2 episodes left to figure it out. Now we're getting to season 2. Does Perry remain the lawyer, or can we get Mr. Mason the private detective again? We shall see. I really like watching him as a private detective. I don't care about lawyer shows that much. Personal opinion, I'm not a big lawyer show guy. I was really excited for this because it's an origin story about a private detective that touched on the courtroom because we know he goes there down the road. And he's not allowed to do his private detective work because he's the operating lawyer. So we'll see, as in the season 2, if he does his private detective things or if he stays the lawyer and then he has his team of detectives getting him the evidence like he once was. Matthew Rhys is worth watching regardless, so I'm going to see it, and I'm loving the show. I just really like the private detective Perry Mason. And it was so short-lived because it wasn't envisioned past an initial miniseries origin story, or because they knew people wanted Perry the lawyer, and so they gave us Perry the lawyer. I like Perry the private detective. I'm Dan Salem. Subscribe to the BuzzChomp YouTube channel for more Perry Mason and other great TV all week, all year long. And comment below, how is Perry going to win this case? It's been a trial by fire. He's definitely going to win it because that's what Perry Mason does, and this is his origin. But how the heck is he going to pull it off? I really don't know. Woo!
Thanks for watching BuzzChomp.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Subscribe and share.
Share.
Woo!